Hey guys, Gator, your coach of the Florida Gators. Here are our WBE playoff round one match against itzGator and Bullet Punch Club. Link in the description as usual. You might be wondering where my other WBE games have been, the rest of the regular season games. It has nothing to do with my update video, actually. I have played through all my games. I'm not going to be selfish like that. But it's just my capture card is just wonky. I don't know what's going on with it. I got a new computer a couple weeks ago because it was my birthday. And I tried to plug it in and use it on the new one. Wasn't working. So then I tried to plug it in back to the old one, but then it just wasn't working on the old one afterwards. So I don't know what happened, but oh well. The only reason you're getting this video is because after I told Joey I'm just not uploading my WBE games anymore, including the playoff stuff. It's like, no, 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 no. Give me the replay code. I'm going to record it for you, and you're going to post comment. Like, oh, yeah, right away, master. Yes, sir, Mr. Pokeen. Like, I do work for Pokeen Conglomerate, so I have no choice. I have to upload it. I'm being held against my will. I have to upload it. I don't have a choice. Even though Joey hates watching post com, so he's not gonna. Like what? I told Joey, why don't you just post comment? Why don't you post comment yourself? Whatever, dude. Whatever. I'm doing this in one take. I'm not retaking this. This is it. Whatever I say in this video is what's being uploaded. I'm not stopped recording. I'm not. Yeah, let's go. But if you want to watch the rest of my regular season games, week 11 against Cybertron, I did stream that on my webcam on Twitch if you want to watch some garbage. Week 12 and 13 are on my opponent's channels though, because I don't think week 11 Cybertron uploaded. But week 12 and 13 are on my opponent's channels. You'll find them. If you've been keeping up with the WB, then yeah, you probably already watched them. And if you haven't, I'm about to spoil. In 3, 2, 1. Alright, so we finished the regular season second in Shield Division at 11 and 2. Yes, we did lose another game since my last upload. We lost the last week of the regular season against who we're playing in this video, itzGator and the Bullet Punch Club. So it's kind of like we're playing them back to back, even though I didn't actually play all those games in order. But for a scheduling thing, it's like we're playing them back to back. And I feel like his team is extremely dangerous against mine. And we're going to talk about that in the team builder. And I'll briefly talk about like what happened the first time around that we played. So first time around, he leveled his Specs Feeny, basically ran through my whole team. Mega Aerodactyl did die early, which I feel like is a Pokemon that also ran through my whole team. So it was like kind of decent. Both Feeny and Mega Aerodactyl died relatively early, which I thought was decent enough because those two Pokemon offensively are a humongous problem for my team. He did not bring Kyurem, which I thought was interesting, especially when I feel like he kind of had to go like all out, balls to the walls, because I think he needed that game to make playoffs or something, where I'm just like chilling. I don't really care as much about that because our playoff spot I think was secured way before that. But he didn't bring Kyurem, which is like, I didn't understand what's going on. But it ended up coming to an end game where he dodged a head smash and he had a 50 berry on his Uxie, which would have either procced from the head smash or the Uxie could have potentially straight up died. If it died, my Scarf Celebi pretty much won. But if the 50 berry procced, well, at least I would know what the item was. I mean, 50 berry on Uxie I was kind of expecting anyway, because like at most Uxie, it's 50 berry, it makes sense. What I was not expecting, which threw me off guard, was a 50% berry on his Rhyperior. I thought that thing was not going to be that. I thought maybe it was set up because it felt like he was like kind of keeping it in the back and not really revealing moves all that much. I think the only one he showed earlier, like early game, was Aqua Tail, and then really late game he ended up clicking Stealth Rock, which caught me off guard too. But is what it is. Those berries at the end caught me off guard, but even with that, before that, I felt like I was in a favorable position, or at least I felt like I was in control of the game, if that makes sense. There are a couple things defensively I thought were super annoying, mainly his Amoonguss and his Uxie, even though his Uxie was relatively offensive. So this time around, I brought a lot of stuff to try and take advantage of Amoonguss, and if he doesn't bring it, I feel like my Zeraora will do way too well anyway. So let's see what we brought. So yeah, Specs Tran, culprit number 1. I didn't bring Tran at all last time. I expect him to bring the same 6, but maybe with Kyurem in there. If he brings Arcanine, it's a decent switch into Flash Cannon, I guess. But otherwise, he literally doesn't have one. He has no other Steel Resist, so we can clear Flash Cannon. Boom, boom, boom. These are all the moves I need. Flash Cannon, Fire move, Ground move, if he does bring Arcanine. So big damages all over the place. It does get revenge killed by all the Pokemon that I literally don't have switch-ins to on my team. I have no switch-in to Mega Aerodactyl. I have no switch-in to Tapu Fini. I have no switch-in to Kyurem. And my only quote switch into Mienshao is Frostlass, and that's not saying much. So all his offensive Pokemon they just match up too well against my team. Like, I can't bring Pyukumuku for Aerodactyl because it can easily get around that. Donphan gets destroyed by Aqua Tail. Most variants get 2-hit KO'd unless I'm like Max Defense, which is very passive. Karam is just impossible. I literally can't switch into it. Like, there's nothing on my team. Feeny, like, you might be thinking Trans decent against fairy types. Well, it's Tapu Fini, so that's not good. And Mienshao, if it just U-turns out against my fighting resist. It'll just U-turn out or click knockoff or something, and it outspeeds most of my team. Except, well, most of my roster. The team that I brought tries to handle all of that. So most of my stuff actually can damage Feeny for a lot of damage. Damage Feeny for a lot of damage. What does that even mean? And most of my stuff also outspeeds Mienshao. But yeah. So Spectran, it should be able to get a kill if it's in, but it's probably going to die immediately afterwards, or something on my team will die, because he gets to go into any one of those offensive Pokemon I just talked about. Zorora. Last time I had Fire Punch and Grass Knot. This time I just have a knockoff to just like cover most things. I feel like he did like a lot of scouting to see my stuff, but if you're scouting into a knockoff, that's completely fine with me. So try and knock off some items, because items definitely got the best of me last time we played, but it's a very similar set to what I brought last time. Sakura, Stealth Rock. Last time this was Scarf, but I didn't get the job done because the Uxie lived till the end of the game. So this time I'm just putting Stealth Rock because I feel like Celebi did force a lot of switches at least, and I can just get Stealth Rock up to punish that. Similar case for Frostlass, just spikes, try and get up a lot of hazards, so where he can't just switch around and try and scout for stuff as much. And I have the Electrium Z to try and stop Feeny from defogging if he brings defog Feeny this time. Last time it was just specs raw damage. And then we have a couple late game things. We have Kangaskhan. I want to use Curse Wish Protect, but that's actually not legal for whatever stupid reason, because Kangaskhan is trash. So instead, shout out Joey, he suggested Drain Punch. I was like, whatever. It's not the greatest. Curse Wish Protect, I feel like, is definitely better. But what I didn't want to do is bring Mega Heracross. I feel like last time every Pokemon on his team was tailored to deal with it. Like, he has stupid stuff like Counter Rhyperior and like HP Flying, Amoonguss, and all this nonsense. It's just too much. It was too much pressure on my Mega Heracross, and I didn't want just another Pokemon that was just potentially 1-for-1. So I have this to try and potentially just like take over a game, and then Scarf Archeops I feel like can also take over a game. And I also need something to revenge kill Mega Aerodactyl, because I don't have a switch into it with this team. I don't have a switch into it with my roster. So yeah, that's what we brought. I'm not going anywhere. We're just gonna switch scenes to the post-com, because it's the game already freaking happened. Because usually I'm like, okay, let's go right into the game, and then like I stop recording, and then you get another recording of where the battle's actually happening. It's live com. Nope. So I gotta sit here and post-com. This is garbage. Where is it, dude? Sword and Shield needs to come out already, dude. Like, I don't want to play. I'm not gonna whine though. I'm not gonna whine. I'm gonna tough it out. Tough it out. Okay. I feel like all of my channel lately has been whining anyway. Here's a game. He brought actually the same 6. Still no Kyurem, which I still thought was surprising even the second time around. But yeah, he brought the same 6. I don't know if I wouldn't. He could bring the same 6 sets too, maybe like with a couple moves switch. The thing is, with the matchup being so good in his favor though, the bad thing about having an extremely one-sided matchup, which, well, I personally think this is the worst matchup I've seen in the WBE, just because like he has Tapu Fini and Amoonguss, two of the hardest Keldeo counters in the game, which has been Keldeo's been putting in the work this season for me. Mega Aerodactyl, which is faster than my whole team and hits my whole team bar like Kangaskhan for super effective damage if he wants to do that. Tapu Fini being his can be a very good offensive fairy type against my team, just because I can't use Tran against that. It gets pretty oppressive pretty fast. Like, he has good defensive responses to my offensive Pokemon, and I don't have good defensive responses to his offensive Pokemon. That being said, there are a couple things that he has a hard time switching into. Thankfully, it's just unfortunately those things get revenge killed very easily, whereas the stuff that that I have a hard time switching into, like his Mega Aerodactyl, I can't revenge kill easily. But I think that does like lock him into having certain moves on certain Pokemon, just because I know they're so well against me. Why wouldn't you do it? Like, his Aerodactyl is definitely going to have like Aerial Ace and a move to hit, probably Aqua Tail to hit Donphan. I don't know, probably like sub or taunt to get around Pikamuku, and then like Stone Edge or Earthquake, stuff like that. The Mienshao, if he's so worried about Heracross again, it's gonna have Aerial Ace, it's gonna have U-turn, it's gonna have fighting move, whatnot. Like, that's like the only thing I have going for me, is that I probably won't be too surprised by what he brings the second time, and the fact that he brought the same 6 somewhat confirms that. The only thing, I still think Kyurem was a potential threat, but anyway, that's besides the point. He brought the same 6. He said, "Fuck it, Gator, you were trash. I'm bringing the same 6. I'm bringing the same 6 sets." That's how confident I am. Well, he actually, well, I can't say if he did or not, because that actually has. Well, I know if he. I hate post-comming. Where's the battle, Joey? What is this? What is all this dead time at the beginning? Why am I post-commenting this? Are you kidding me? I told Joey come post-comment. Why don't you just come post-comment? Joey don't even like watching post-com. He's not gonna watch. I can talk so much shit about him because he's not gonna watch this. Why did you tell me I have to upload some, and then you went out and recorded? That's the only reason I'm doing it, because I'm a good friend. If you're gonna go and take the time to record this, of course I'm gonna upload, dude. Of course. All right. I leave Aurora. I didn't know what to leave with. He leaves a Mienshao. I could have, if he's like Scarf High, Jump Kick, Reckless and stuff, like, yeah. But it's like, bro, whatever, dude. We're playing Pokemon Sun and Moon or whatever this game's called in 2019. So I just go for a big Adamant Plasma Fist. He just stayed in a U-turn, so that ends up working out pretty well. He could have done other moves like knockoff or whatever, but I don't know if he was scared of Frost Blast. Maybe that's why he didn't high jump kick. Either way, he goes into Amoonguss here. My first, I have my whole team tries to take advantage of this. My Tran, my Frostlass, my Kangaskhan, my Celebi all try to take advantage of this. So first I wanted to use the Frostlass to try and get up spikes. And he ends up doubling into Uxie. I did feel like in the first game he did a lot of doubles randomly to like scout and do just, I don't know, just maybe just a switch. I don't know. But that double was obviously completely fine with me. So I'm just gonna go for a Shadow Ball. He doesn't have a good resist, and Z Thunder on my Frostlass doesn't actually kill Tapu Fini unless I Shadow Ball it first. With that Shadow Ball damage, I can tell he's very offensive, so Z Thunder will definitely kill it after the Shadow Ball damage. But like, even if he's offensive, raw Z Thunder does not kill Fini. And what would be worse is if I spike up and then Z Thunder into a 50 berry Fini and do nothing. So getting rid of Tapu Fini early is amazing for me. I have no switch into it. It's one of the things on his team that I have no switch into. He still has Mega Aerodactyl. He still has Mienshao. He doesn't have Kyurem. So he has a couple things I have no switch into. So that was one of them, and it's gone. But out comes Revenge Killer numero uno, known as Mega Aerodactyl. Now, it doesn't have the best way of revenge killing me. It has to click Stone Edge or maybe Rock Slide if you want to go Rock Slide. I don't know. Is there a rock move that is 100% accurate that he can use? Are there any competitive rock moves that are 100% accurate that people use? Like Dinosaur is not even 100% accurate. Well, I guess Stealth Rock, but that's not what I mean. Anyway, he goes for Stone Edge. No dodge, no Curse Body, no nothing. Frostlass trash. That's all Frostlass does every single week. It just die. But it's like a good death. It traded 1-for-1 with Fini, which I feel like is definitely beneficial for me. But it doesn't mean I don't get spikes up, which is the bad part about that. I'm gonna go for a Volt Switch. He's gonna go for Protect. I don't know what move he's foregoing to have Protect on his Aerodactyl, but that's not what I was expecting at all. So there I went for a Plasma Fist. I could have like maybe hard switch if I expected Rhyperior, but I was thinking maybe he thinks I'm Scarf and maybe he thinks he eats the Volt Switch and tries to make a cheeky play. Like he made a similarly cheeky play in the first game where I head smashed into his Uxie. He dodged, but then he signal beamed to try to catch me U-turning into Celebi. But either way, he goes Rhyperior, and I go Celebi on his Rhyperior as he doubled into Amoonguss to scout for the Grass Knot, which he made a very similar double in the first game. But I just have Celebi with Stealth Rocks to cover that option this game, because not only does it switch into Rhyperior, but it also threatens out Amoonguss at the same time, which means I get Stealth Rocks up. So I don't have to worry about any of that. So getting Stealth Rocks up somewhere early is good. He goes Uxie. I get U-turn off. Good damage. Good. Pretty good series of turns there. Unfortunately, he does get Stealth Rocks up himself. So we do just kind of just trade Stealth Rocks, but sure. I don't know who that benefits because I do have a lot of pivoting on my team this time. And I do have my Archeops. But that means his Mega Aerodactyl also can't switch in willy-nilly. So sure, I'll take it. I bring in my Zorora on the Uxie to just click knockoff on something. End up catching the Amoonguss, which has Rocky Helmet. Sure, I do take damage there, but Knowing that Amoonguss' item is gone and that its helmet, when I do have some contact moves, is beneficial. So I'm going to go hard Tran. So he could have stopping Tantrumed here if he wanted to. But I'm thinking Tran's going to get revenge killed anyway. It doesn't matter how much HP it's at. Like, high jump kick's going to blow it away, earthquake going to blow it away, whatever. So I might as well just bring it in. If it takes a tantrum and takes it, it's not going to die to it. And then I can fire off a big ass attack. So my Tran is in. My Tran is going to pick up a kill on something. I'm Specs. I'm clicking overheat. I'm burning some shit up. This chinny chin, whatever. I don't. Why is it called chinny chin? Does it even have a chin? It's gone. Get that shit up out of here. We don't do that. So I'm able to kill his Uxie. But he does go into his Mienshao to revenge kill me. I don't know if it's low kick or high jump kick. I don't think Drain Punch would actually kill me. But if he's like Assault Vest again, then I don't think a Specs -2 overheat would kill him. But it is high jump kick. No dodge. No dodge. So he revenge killed me first with Stone Edge from Aerodactyl. No dodge. Then he goes high jump kick with his Mienshao to my Tran. No dodge. We're not in playoff mode. Where the playoff mode at? Trash Pokemon. So I go into Zorora. I know I'm faster based on turn 1. I could have Volt Switch here, but if he stays in, I don't kill. And honestly, I don't really need to go straight for a Volt Switch when I can Plasma Fist this for any sort of damage. Like, damage is damage, even though it's on an Amoonguss that has Regenerator. Like, damage is damage. So I'm going to Plasma Fist, and then I'm going to Volt Switch afterwards. He could have went Rhyperior if he wanted to, but I still have Celebi as a switch in anyway. And I did hard switch out my Zorora a couple times against his Amoonguss, so maybe he thought I'd just do it again. So we get a little extra chip. A little extra chip, baby. So I'm going to Kangaskhan, which is Pokemon number 3, to take advantage of his Amoonguss. So far you've seen Frostlass try to take advantage of Amoonguss, and I traded it with Tapu Fini. And then you see Tran try to take advantage of Amoonguss, and I traded that with Uxie. So now we got big boy Kangaskhan trying to take advantage of his Amoonguss. His response to this ends up being his Rhyperior. I was very worried about his Rhyperior set because he showed Rocks on Uxie, where last time his Uxie was set up and Rocks was on his Rhyperior. But this time Rocks is on his Uxie, which making me think, is this set up Rhyperior or is this banded Rhyperior? Either way, like, I was looking at numbers. If he's like banded or something, I take too much. Like, even with a defense boost, I take way too much, and my Drain Punches do nothing. And if he's like weakness policy, I do not want to activate that right now. Like, if I Drain Punch and do like 20% to him and his weakness policy, I will explode. So I switch in my Celebi. I take an Earthquake. It does a shit ton because he ends up Life Orb Rhyperior. Now, I don't know if that means he's set up or not. He could be Rock Polish. It was the first thing that came to my mind. Like, maybe he's Rock Polish Rhyperior. Either way, he's threatened out, obviously. Uxie is dead thanks to Tran, though. So Psychic is very spammable because all he has left is the Rhyperior, this Mienshao, which is going to drop his Amoonguss, and his Mega Aerodactyl. None of them want to take a Psychic. He could have stayed in to take a Psychic with Rhyperior if he wanted to, but it's kind of risky. So we got to kill on Mienshao. Unfortunately, I am still in range of Aerial Ace because this thing is just way too strong. So I have to pick a sack. At this point, I think Zorora is the most useless member just because it can't touch Amoonguss, it can't touch Rhyperior, and it can't be an offensive check to Aerodactyl anymore because it's in range of everything. So I do think Zorora has to go, which is unfortunate. But as you see, every time I get a kill, he gets a kill directly afterwards because I have no switches to his offensive Pokemon. So at this point, it is 3v3. I have my Curse Kangaskhan left, my Celebi at about half, and my Archeops, that is Scarf. Scarf Archeops looks pretty good, but unfortunately, he has his Rhyperior still alive at a fairly healthy amount of HP. It is Life Orb, so it will whittle itself down, but it's still way too healthy. Like, if you see that HP is like 75. And these Stone Edges do nothing because Rhyperior's defense is too high. I had the Stone Edge there. Well, I guess I didn't have to. I could have made a big dick play and U-turned or something, but it's just like, yeah, Stone Edged. Aerodactyl is too big of a problem. I'm going to go hard Celebi and just get destroyed by Stone Edge. Because I'm thinking Celebi is not going to win me this game as long as Aerodactyl's alive. So it's probably my best sack at this point. So I go back into Archeops here. I can pause for a little bit here. So instead of going Kangaskhan, I decided to go back into Archeops because I feel like Kangaskhan cannot set up on a Life Orb Rhyperior. Even after a Curse, I take way too much damage, and my damage output is just too little with having it be only Drain Punch. So I'm thinking I can go into Archeops here, and I can click Knockoff, because if he does stay in, I'll knock off his life orb, and then maybe it'll ease up Curse Kangaskhan against Rhyperior. And if he goes Amoonguss, then maybe I can switch Kangaskhan into Amoonguss, because that's probably the best chance I'll have to maybe set up, is if I set up in front of the Amoonguss, because Clear Smog does very, very little damage. Matter of fact, between Protect and Leftovers, 2 turns of Leftovers heals me out of Clear Smog. So I'm going to go hard Kangaskhan on his Amoonguss. It is a risky-ish play to do that, because he could have doubled into one of his rock types, but I'm thinking... So if he goes Aerodactyl, it gets 2 KO by knockoff. So that's not really a play. So his only real option is to go back into Rhyperior on the knockoff, which is what I wanted. Like maybe he was thinking I was going to Aqua Tail him or something. But no, I just wanted to knock off his Life Orb. So like I feel like he didn't have to stay in, but if he switched out and I stayed in, it was good for me. Whereas if I stayed in and clicked knockoff as he put me into fetus range, then Aerodactyl wouldn't get 2 KO by knockoff, and then it ends up being like a really bad situation. So I just did it. I just went hard Kangaskhan. I went straight for a fucking body slam and paralyzed his bitch ass. I just didn't care. And now I'm just gonna curse up now that he's paralyzed. He does go hard Rhyperior now. And I was worried he might outspeed me here because he is Life Orb, which means he might be max speed Rock Polish or something like that. It's actually, well, I Protect first, but I do end up being faster, which means either he has the same amount of speed that he had in the first game, which is what my Kangaskhan is EV'd for. Like at -1 speed, I outspeed the amount of speed he put in his Rhyperior the first game, or he's just no speed, but Life Orb. So I didn't really know what that meant. Like he can still have some speed investment and put Rock Polish to outspeed a certain amount of Pokemon. So it was like, first of all, look at this fucking damage. Are you serious? That's +1 defense, and that Earthquake does that much. Yeah, so I could not set up in front of this thing with my Kangaskhan. But I decided to Drain Punch here. Like I could have protected for more HP, but if he actually is Rock Polish still, then it's just too risky. Even though I'm faster at -1, he could still potentially be Rock Polish. I was like, I feel like I can handle the Aerodactyl anyway, because the only way he's killing me is by spamming Stone Edges. Aerial Ace does not do enough damage, and you know Stone Edge is garbage move. And on top of that, looking at the numbers, he would need some pretty good rolls after my Protect, because after my Protect I get at about half HP. And where is the damage calc? You know what, let me actually open up the damage calc. Let's run some numbers, bro. Let's run some numbers in this trash ass game. Oh, do you see what happened on the screen there? Yeah, I dodged. Easy dodge. Kangaskhan, the only thing on my team in playoff mode, dude. Where was Frost last? Where's Tran at? Where's Celebi at? Where they at? They all had a chance to dodge and fuck some up. No dodge. No dodge. Only Kangaskhan be dodging, bro. Only Kangaskhan be dodging. Good job, Kangaskhan. Good job. But yeah, I do end up dodging a Stone Edge. Which means I'm at a ridiculous amount of HP now. Almost full. But because of that dodge, that basically sealed away any chance he had at the game at that point. Unless he crits. But Kangaskhan's in playoff mode. You lucky you hit the second one. Hey. And Amoonguss can't beat me. This Kangaskhan was designed to beat Amoonguss anyway, so it cannot beat me. Giga Drain doesn't do enough damage. Clear Smogging, and like, especially since I knocked off its helmet, which was big. It has no chance, because I won't be taking any sort of damage from its attacks. The helmet would have changed things if it still had it, but nah, Zoroark coming through with that knockoff. And that's going to be the end of the game. So we managed to pull through in the second round of playing him, which advances us to play against Under the Radar, I believe, for the next playoff thing. I mean, whatever, dude. Sword and Shield coming out, bro. My capture card broken. Pokemon trash game. Like, who cared? Who cared? I want to double check these Stone Edge numbers though. Who cares? But I'm pretty sure that Stone Edge miss only mattered if he got good rolls. Do y'all care? Like, here, I'll show it real quick. This game's over. The game's over. Let's go to the calc real quick. Let's go to the lab. You saw Janvad change his thing like Janvad University or something? Y'all trying to get schooled? Go to Janvad University. That's where you go. Alright, let's go to let's bring this back up. Alright, so here's damage calc. So I put in the Kangaskhan, my set. So I think he was this. Well, this was what he was last time or something. Well, I know how much my Drain Punch healed me for, so it don't matter. So this is how much a Stone Edges do. 70 to 84 when I'm at +1 defense. And I was at 109 HP. Get a count. I was at 109 HP. And this is when I dodged, is when I was at this much. So let's say he did, how much do you want to say he did? Like a mid-roll Stone Edge? Like, should we just do mid-rolls for everything? Or like, let's say he did 78. I think 78 is fair. 78, 31, and then my Drain Punch healed me for 25. If you go back in the video, I'm pretty sure it's 25. And then Leftovers healed me for 13. Which puts me at 69, and then I Protect for another 13. And it puts me at 82. Sure. So like, first of all, he has to hit 2 Stone Edges, which is already saying something. But not only does he have to hit 2 Stone Edges, if one's a mid-roll, the next one of them has to be a high roll, pretty much. Because like, if this one's a mid-roll, this one has to be a high roll. It's not even just one of them has to be a high roll. One has to be a high roll and one has to be a mid roll. None of them could be. So if it does 78, the next one has to do 82, which means if one does 76, the next one has to do absolute max. So if any of them are any of these numbers, I'd live for sure. And then I always 1v1 Amoongus. Like, let's say I came out of the Aerodactyl exchange, he hit 2 more Stone Edges, and I come out with 1 HP. The second Drain Punch healed me for, I think, 15. And then that's 13 from Leftovers and then 13 from Protect. There's no way Amoongus is doing that damage. 42, are you kidding me? Amoongus just sit there and be fat. Yeah, Amoongus does not do this damage. So that means it's taking a +1 body slam. And then he has to decide if he wants to clear smog that or not. Which does even less damage than the Giga Drain. So it's like, you see what I'm saying? So I think Kang-san had it in the bag, even though it dodged anyway to like just super have it in the bag, I think. So that's gonna be it though. Next time I'm gonna force Joey to record my video and commentate it, because you could tell I did not want to do this shit. But yeah, like or comment, something, greatly appreciate it. It's Gatrs, see you guys next time.